run through. This is an opportunity for you to give them a wave off, send them on a safe journey for one of the best shows you'll ever. If you have not seen this, folks, this will keep you awake tonight, I promise you. It's the best of the best. And you see Paul Bennet at the rear of that combination there in that beautiful yellow Wolf Pitts Pro. Glenn Collins in the orange S111X, and in itself a very special aeroplane. The two S1s out the front of Jesse Jury and Glenn Graham, all forming together the SkyAces. Give them away, folks. Paul checks it out, and you can see them wind their way up the airstrip. And when that plane is on the ground, there's absolutely zero forward vision down the strip. So they haven't been up to cloud 9 before a flight. They are just trying to find a direct way down to the end of that strip.
Just look at the size difference, Rusty, between the three different types out there. The Wolf Pitts being the largest, the S1 being more reminiscent of the prototype that flew right at the end of the Second World War, September 1944. But what a family of aircraft. And we're about to see just how they perform.
They tell me that Pitts S1, when they first came out, had a 90 horsepower Franklin engine in it. Endo, Paul Bennet wouldn't stand for that, would he?
No, I think he'd be looking for the 400 straight away. Although a 400 in those days was a big radial. So you imagine this now, heaps and heaps of carbon fibre in this, full span ailerons on the Wolf Pitts. And again, as Rusty said, that Wolf Pitts Pro, one of only two that have ever been built, the yellow aircraft, and this is the only one still flying.
They tell me the man that built that plane, Ando, was very concerned on who bought that aircraft, because it would take someone quite special to fly such a special craft.
It is so highly modified from the original machine.
Down there, and as Ed always says, I'm getting all the pressures. Many pilots here today. It's all about safety, and that's what's so great about aviation. As we get two of them up on straight away, ladies and gentlemen, Wolf Pitts Pro and the S111X. And that
And that's not so easy, Rusty, because we've got a very narrow runway here. They're off to both sides. They've got to look out for the wake turbulence of the aircraft ahead of them, and just keeping a good lookout. Now pulling up into what's called a half Cuban as aircraft 1 and 2, the little S1s, take off.
Nice crossover there, and of course get your cameras ready, boys and girls. You video all of this show. So they're going to rejoin somewhere. So we both pull up at each end of the strip, and they roll round toward each other in a half Cuban. Straight down, folks, have a look at this.
Both of the pairs are climbing up again into another Cuban. The other pair do a loop, and now into the rejoin.
So they'll collectively get to there in an echelon formation, which, as Ando says, a fancy word for a line, out to the left or to the right. And you can hear the other aircraft, the two S1s at the back, quite low on performance in comparison to the front ones, Ando, trying to catch up.
Most definitely, and this is the trick with flying formations with dissimilar aircraft. as we spoke about yesterday, the person who is flying the formation, they've gone from echelon now into box. The person flying the whole formation is Paul out the front. The other guys are basically hanging on. They are maintaining positions exactly in line horizontally and vertically with his aircraft to perform these manoeuvres. Coming in now, they've gone from into diamond with a 4-ship loop.
And you watch closely on this one with Claire at the back of that orange throttle position. And remembering, he's on the outside of that loop. So he's doing something completely different to Paul out the front, trying to keep that equal distance in a beautiful firm ship loop. Put your hands together for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Now pulling up into a wing over manoeuvre. Just a fancy name for a climbing turn back.
They roll down now into a wonderful barrel roll. And look at that, folks, they have stayed exactly. And barrel roll, as exclaims, like rolling around in the inside of a barrel. And they do it finally, all 4 over. They'll move back into a wing over. I think we'll drop down into 3 loops. If you like 1, you're gonna like 3, folks.
Now Glenn Collins flying in what they call the slot in position 4 in the S111X, the orange aircraft, as he manoeuvres the formation to spin him off the formation. So he's really working to keep in that number 4 position.
Always on the chase. Glenn spin away, we'll get the 3rd loop in. And nice loops in a great aerobatic competition. And when you come back to where you started, that's a good loop as Glenn Graham breaks.
There's nothing wrong with Glenn there. He's just pulling out of the formation. Now the other 3 aircraft in Vic are pulling up into what's called a stall turn. Now, again, that's not when the engine stops, that's when the wing stops producing lift, and lift is what makes the aircraft fly. So they're heading back down to terra firma very, very quickly.
And you can see now Paul thread the needle as he barrel rolls over the 2 S1s, which are in an inverted position.
And that is a real mirror image there, not an offset. Glenn now climbing up into torque roll, and we'll do a spiral tower at the top and then a spin. It looks like it's out of control, but he knows exactly what is going on and what comes next.
Come on, Central Coast, make some noise if you like what you see, and if you want some more. We never tire, but we watch it all the time. Comes back down into the centre of the airfield. Speed up to 400 kilometres an hour. Where are the other 3, folks? This is for the lovers.
Now, pulling up into a loop first, get your cameras ready. Because we're going into the SkyAces split.
This is a great shot. You got it on video, boys and girls.
Get ready, go!
That's it. You keep showing appreciation. It's Paul Bennet now, centre field. Straight to the top. I can see Glenn Collins coming in for a run and fun now. Double hammerhead the smoke. It looks like we got a dogfight on our hands.
Rusty, a bit hard to know whether to look left, right or right.
No matter which way you look, folks, it's the best in the business here. We see Glenn as they pull out a big wing over there. And Paul Bennet coming back down into centre.
Pulling up into a torque roll again. While Glenn Collins just spirals around him. Now watch Paul's aircraft up there. He's still rolling, but now he's coming backwards. Now this is the best tail spin you will ever see.
Come on, Central Coast, as he comes on down. Two Daredevils in the air here. And if you sit next to your mum, your sister, or your nan, it's time to reach over and give them a kiss on the cheek, folks. There's your love heart. That's for all the lovers here today.
In echelon again, as Rusty said, just a fancy word to say a line. Echelon left, echelon right. And they will then slide into what's called a box formation or a diamond. And then Paul will pull forward into the Concorde, but inverted.
One of the interesting things you'll find at one of these air shows, and only some of the lucky few, is the actual dance that these four do on the ground before they take off here, though. Something to watch, but we'll explain more of that later as Paul pulls right up to the shelf here of the display area and comes straight back down. That looks absolutely crazy. We got planes going everywhere at the moment, and here we come down on the deck. Come on, make some motion here in the crowd with this knife edge, as Benno explains.
It's supposed to fly. Not sideways, it's supposed to be straight and level, with the lift being produced by the wings over the top of the airfoil. He's actually using the side of the aircraft to produce lift there, using a lot of power and a lot of rudder to keep himself in exactly the right position. You can see as Paul pulls up there, the other aircraft are coming into land. A half a Cuban again.
Down on the deck to make sure all of his team are back in, and as they come past you, especially down on Cloud 9, I want to see that place a rocking. Wave your hats, your kids and cans in the air, and show some appreciation for some of the best piloting you'll see anywhere in the world.
Well, you've seen that. You've seen when you were a kid doing a forward roll, but you've never seen an aircraft do two of them in a row. Paul just coming in, side slipping there, because these aircraft don't have any flaps to help slow them down, so he's using aerodynamic braking, basically pushing the air out of the way with the side of the aircraft.
Come on, Central Coast, get up out of your feet, make some noise. Wave your hands and hats in the air. The more you do that, the better show you're going to get, I promise you. And that's as good as it gets here at the Warnervale Airport. Lucky people here on the Central Coast. So